freelancing, solopreneurship, or becoming an independent professional is one of the best ways to increase your freedom and your income. There just aren't that many other ways to make six figures, multiple six figures, or even seven figures, all while being in total control over your time and your location. But when something's that good, the haters come out in force. So what are you going to do with them? Hey, my name's Henry Bingaman. I've been a freelancer for over 15 years. Now, on top of my freelancing, I also make videos like these to help other freelancers and independent professionals build a high-income career. So in this video, I'm going to bust the top 7 myths about freelancing and give you some good arguments that you can use when people pull these myths out on you. All right, ready? Myth number 1, you're only freelancing because you can't get a real job. Now, this is total nonsense. First of all, freelancers make way more money than their employed or W-2 peers. A jobs list study found that the average freelance income is $93 an hour, which is way higher than their employed counterparts. Now, this varies massively from industry to industry, but in general, you can get paid a lot more as a freelancer than an employee. But I really think people pull this one out when they're jealous of freelancers. That person got a real job because they were told that's what the smart, productive members of society do. In other words, they were conditioned to get that job. So it's not that they think you can't get a real job. It's that they're afraid that you're not going to get a real job. You're going to make more money than them. You're going to be more free. You're going to be happier. And you're going to prove their entire model of the world is wrong. And that's a major risk for them. You just can't let that one bother you. Success is the best revenge for the people who tell you this in the beginning days of your freelance career. Myth number 2, there's no job security. Freelancing gets this reputation from people, usually who are newer freelancers who go through the feast and famine cycle. Some months they have more work than they know what to do with. Other months they just can't seem to land a client and they're terrified they won't be able to pay their bills. This is not at all necessary for freelancers. Here's the secret. You are your first and most important client. And your most important job is to make sure that your business is making money. When you're the client, you have to make sure you're making money. So no matter what else you're doing, what else you have going on for your other clients, you have to take some time every single week to market your number one client, you. You have to make sure you keep getting new work. It's not nearly as intimidating or difficult as it sounds for folks who haven't done it before. Once you have some low level of marketing in place, once you build a pipeline of clients, your income security is basically locked in as a freelancer. But all right, let's say you ignore me and you don't treat yourself like your most important client. At any one time, you're still going to be working with 3 or 4 clients. Maybe as few as 2 if they're big projects, maybe as many as 10 clients if you do content marketing, social media management, something smaller like that. Well, an employee is just like a freelancer, except an employee has one client. When that employee's one client, his boss fires him, that income goes to 0. When a freelancer loses one client, it's usually just cutting their income by 10%, 50%. And because freelancers are always getting new clients and hopefully always doing that marketing, you're never going to be out clients that long. Your income is never going to be at 0 for very long. So here is the truth. If it's your first year as a freelancer, you may have slightly less income security than a brand new employee would. But over the long run, over a longer career, not only is your income potential way higher if you're freelancing, it's a lot more stable because it almost never goes away all at the same time. All right, myth number 3, it's just not worth freelancing because you don't have the benefits. Look, a lot of folks are terrified of not having benefits. By benefits, I mean health insurance, retirement plans, maternity and paternity leave, stuff like that. But the truth is, those benefits are largely a scam. The health insurance industry is so broken, you don't actually want to be a part of it unless you absolutely have to. And there are some great solutions like Crowd Health for freelancers for healthcare. Outside the US, in Canada or the UK or a lot of Latin American countries, you probably have some sort of national healthcare system that covers you already. Use it if it's there for you. And then the retirement accounts or the match savings plans that your mother probably thinks you need, but that's just not true. If you're a freelancer or an independent professional, talk to a financial advisor about a SEP IRA. You could stash a ton of money in there every year, absolutely tax-free. You're bringing down your taxable income and you're building up your retirement savings. The tax savings are almost always better than the company match anyway. All right, myth number 4. If you're a freelancer, you have to work way too hard. Look, it's true that some freelancers and independent pros work 16 hours a day, 7 days a week. And these are the freelancers that burn out and have very short careers. Why are they doing this? It might be out of fear of losing their clients. They think that if they don't put in these over-the-top hours, Clients are going to leave them for somebody who will go way beyond. But the thing is, you don't want that type of client as a freelancer anyway. The other reason this might be is because the freelancer associates the amount of time they put in with the amount of money they'll make. It's not that there's no association between time and money, but for a freelancer or independent professional, it's not nearly as close as it is for an employee. For example, if you're a really good freelance coder, a client might offer you $5,000 to create a mobile app for them. The client doesn't care if it takes you a whole month or if you can do it in a single afternoon. They want the end product. They want what they're paying the $5,000 for. So as a freelancer, the better you are and the faster you get at your job, at your work, the more money you make and the less hard you'll have to work. If you're an employee, that association is just not there. If you're really good at your work, they expect you to just keep going to produce more and more for the same salary or the same hourly wage. So that's why employees associate time with money. As a freelancer, you're trying to dissociate. You're trying to separate the time you put in with the amount of money you make as far as possible. Minimum time, maximum money. That's possible with freelancing, not usually possible with employment. Myth number 5, you have to be extroverted or a people pleaser to be a freelancer. This is just not true. There are some freelancers who have never talked to a client other than through email. You can have a highly profitable freelance career no matter what your personality type is, without even talking directly on the phone or in person to clients. Believe it or not, I'm actually an introvert too, and I was much more introverted than I am right now when I was younger. So here's what I did really early when I wanted to meet people at live events, which is where I got a lot of my good clients. I'd identify one person in the room who was a massive extrovert, talking to everybody, outgoing, friendly, and being well received. And I'd make friends with that person, that extrovert. Then that extrovert would go out and introduce me to dozens of people, which was great. I never had to break the ice. Plus, I was getting an endorsement along with just the introduction. Any type of personality can be a freelancer. You just have to adjust for your own strengths and weaknesses. Myth number 6, freelancers live a lonely, isolated, depressing life. Now, I can't imagine having an entire social life revolve around an office culture. But apparently there are enough people that do that this is a common myth. It's just not been my experience. It's not even true for freelancers in general. The fact is, there's a jobless study that found freelancers have slightly more family time, but go to a lot more social gatherings than their employed counterparts. Now, a lot of freelancers who like to be around people all day work from coffee shops or co-working spaces, and that's a great option. The beautiful thing about being an independent professional is you get to set up your work however it best suits you. There's no boss forcing you to do anything. There's no enforced workspace you have to go to or a uniform. Now, if you prefer a structured environment to make friends, go to a gym. Go to a CrossFit gym or some functional fitness gym that has organized classes. These are a great place to meet like-minded professionals. I've made a lot of friends through different gyms throughout my life. Or join a church or a religious organization that has structured meetings. The point is, your life is as isolated and lonely as you make it. It has nothing to do with being employed or freelancer or whatever. It's just not true that the work itself isolates you. All right, last one, myth number 7. Freelancing is just a job, but with more bosses. The thing is, freelancing is the ultimate freedom career. There are no rules. That's a double-edged sword. Freedom means that you have the ability to succeed beyond your wildest dreams. It also means you could fall flat on your face. You could make this mistake of letting clients treat you like just another employee. And then, sure, for some people, it becomes just a job with multiple bosses. However, if you present yourself as a true independent professional, you'll attract better, higher paying clients who will respect your autonomy. They'll respect that freedom that you want. They won't just be that boss. You want to know what one great way to look like a pro is? Use the right tools as a freelancer. So let me give you 5 free tools that'll make you look like a seasoned pro, even if you're a rookie right now. These are the best tools I've found to manage clients, send invoices, get your marketing pipeline set up, manage files. This gives you everything you need to look like that pro. And again, all these tools are free. Just go to henrybing.co/free tools and download it for free. There's a link below this as well. But before you click that link, there's 2 other things I want you to click on. Little thumbs up icon right below and the subscribe button. That gives the channel a boost and notify you when these new videos come out with more tips for the freelancing and independent professional life. All right, catch you in the next one.